Good evening and welcome to Keister Field at Basehor-Linwood High School. Tonight's Hy-Vee High School game of the week, Week 2 in Kansas, and a United Kansas Conference game as Lansing 1-0 takes on 0-1 Basehor-Linwood. Hi everybody, Kevin Weick along with Mark Borick, your former Chiefs wide receiver. This is the Hy-Vee High School game of the week right here on Spectrum Sports. And we got an old-fashioned Leavenworth County rivalry game and a conference game as well.
Well, it is. It's the first conference game this year for both teams. You know, Basehor-Linwood, in their case, a 10-2 season a year ago, lost 90% of their offensive production. They've got to fill that gap. And in Lansing's case, they're coming off a big win against Blue Valley Southwest, but this is the first conference game of the year, right up K7 all night long. This will be a good one.
Time now for the Hy-Vee player profile, and we've got a running quarterback and we got a passing quarterback. Let's start with the runner and Luke Schneider of Lansing.
Well, two different offensive styles we're going to see tonight, and it starts with Lansing and their wing T offensive. Luke Schneider, 19 carries last week, 155 yards and 2 touchdowns. He wants to be an opportunistic thrower, but he does most of his damage on the ground.
Basehor-Linwood wants to throw it, and Chase Torkelson is their quarterback.
Well, I mentioned they lost 90% of their offensive production a year ago. Chase Torkelson has stepped up into the QB role this year. 22 completions a week ago, 283 yards, and 4 touchdowns against Blue Valley Southwest. He's going to air it out tonight.
We're back with the opening kickoff. It's Lansing on the road taking on Basehor-Linwood. It's the Hy-Vee High School game of the week, only on Spectrum Sports. Well, the weather is spectacular in the upper 70s here at Keister Field. We're at Basehor, Kansas, at Basehor-Linwood High School. And this is a United Kansas Conference game. Basehor-Linwood is a 4A school taking on a 5A school in Lansing. And the head coach of Lansing, Dylan Brown, in his second year, former Olathe South assistant. He's only 36 years old. He's a self-described comic book nerd, but he's also the head football coach, and he likes to run the wing T at Olathe South back in 2011 with Jeff Gorley. They won a state championship. Now let's go down on the field for the opening coin toss with our referee in charge tonight, Doug Simpson.
Okay, like we're flipping. Green 1 chose to defer, correct? Sir. You guys want the ball? You guys want to defend at end. Swing them around.
Basehor-Linwood won the coin toss and deferred their option to the second half, so it'll be Lansing to get the football first here. And on the other sideline, you've got Rod Stahlbomber. Rod Stahlbomber, of course, is the president of the Kansas Football Coaches Association.
Hell no! Hell no! Hell no!
Of course, everybody talking about jamborees in Kansas for 2019. You can thank Rod Stahlbomber, as he did all the legwork and got Kansas the jamborees this year. I think it's a good thing. You get a little dress rehearsal before your week 1 game.
It is. It's nice. You get essentially a preseason scrimmage that you haven't been able to get in years past. And, you know, I've done it on the Missouri side for quite a while, and now flipping it over and working it in on the Kansas side, I think it's a good thing for all the schools involved.
Big crowd here tonight in Basehor, Keister Field. Week 2 in Kansas. Weather helps. Basehor-Linwood hoping to bounce back after a tough loss on the road at Tonganoxie, as they were beaten 49-28, gave up some big plays. Lansing winning over Blue Valley Southwest on their home field, 34-27. Nate Parkinson will kick off. Basehor-Linwood with the gray pants with the green tops. And Lansing in the black pants with the white jerseys and red helmets. And we are underway as the ball is sent down the field. This will be Malik Benson, the track star at Lansing, from the 11-yard line. Oh my, he does not get even close to the 20-yard line as he is hit hard there. And now we'll get a look at the wing T offense. You don't hear about the wing T that much anymore. That's kind of an old man's offense, but that's what Dylan Brown wants to run here.
Well, you don't hear it a lot anymore, but I think there's an advantage to running it nowadays with everybody going to the spread style of offense. It makes it extremely difficult defensively to prepare for this style of offense nowadays with everybody else you go against in the spread. You got to spend a lot more time, play really disciplined football on the defensive side.
And their quarterback will run it a lot, Luke Schneider.
Yeah, they put a lot of faith in Luke Schneider, and they've adapted this wing T. Used to run the wing T with the straight fullback as a triple option. You'll see Lansing in a pistol set or a short shotgun set a lot. They're starting under center here, but you'll see it quite a bit where he becomes the fullback essentially.
And here's the quarterback on a drive right up the middle and getting yardage to about the 20-yard line, a gain of 3. And this is a guy, honorable mention All-League last year. They say he's the second strongest guy on the team, so this guy is, built to take the wear and tear of running the football.
Well, it is. I mean,
like 19 or 20 times.
19 or 20 times last week. You're going to see a steady diet of him here again tonight as well.
2nd down and 7. You see the backfield set up. You got wings back there, and they just kind of pile drive forward. This is not the prettiest of offenses to watch. Time now for the starting lineups, brought to you by Concord Career College. You can start your healthcare career in months, not years. To find out more, visit concord.edu. Mentioned Benson, the fastest guy on the team, and those are the skill guys. Robinson had a good game in week 1. He was their second leading rusher. Here's 3rd down and 4. Cut back. Reese Thomas is your ball carrier. And looks like he has acquired the 1st down. So Reese Thomas, senior, gets the 1st down for the Lions. As we continue with the Concord Career College starting lineups, these are the guys up front. Wilcutt, first team All-League last year. Top tackler returning is Brock Hofer at 14 tackles in week 1. Peterson is the fastest guy on the team in the secondary, but it's a young secondary for the Bobcats. From the 28-yard line, 1st and 10. And the ball is on the field, and Basehor-Linwood has covered it up. It's Wilcutt, the nose tackle, with the fumble recovery, and a good start for the Bobcats at home.
Well, a real good start for the Bobcats at home, and this is one of the things, it's a methodical offense you're going against. You've got to get some turnovers, and one way to do that is to get to the football, but you see the exchange. There's a problem with the exchange on the counter. And Willicott, Johnny on the spot right there, falling on the football, and it's 1st and 10 for Basehor-Linwood.
Now this is a spread option offense, and just reverse the numbers. We were thinking 70% running for Lansing. Now think 70% passing for the team in green here. And they run it just to make me look like an idiot on TV. And that will be Ethan Huber just inside the 20-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 4 after a gain of 6. As you take a look at Chase Torkelson, last week threw it 44 times. I don't think they want to throw it that many times, Mark. I think they'd like to get a little more balance in their offense. See some running, and this is a quick pass, and it's a dart over the middle, and it is a 1st down catch.
Well, ideally, they'd like to be in a 60-40 pass-to-run ratio. Well, last week the game kind of dictated that they needed to put it in the air a little bit more, and as we mentioned before, they're replacing 90% of their offensive production. We're unable to get their running game going last week. I know Coach Stahlbaumer wants to get it going a little bit more here today.
A.J. Cooper with the 1st down catch, and this play will be blown dead with a flag down. As we continue with the Concord Career College starting lineups, these are the guys up front. Sion Harris is a first-team All-League player and college potential player. There is the skill players. A lot of inexperience. Young guys with upside is the word on the street on this Basehor-Linwood team. 1st and 15 with the 5-yard penalty on the Bobcats. Quick pass outside, and that is Huber with the catch. And not much doing there. Nice job by Lansing. Liam Terry from the free safety spot made the stop.
Well, Kevin, I think it's going to be an interesting matchup on the outside as well. You mentioned the youth for Basehor-Linwood, but they've got a little bit of a height and size advantage from a receiver standpoint against the defensive backs of Lansing. Is something to keep an eye on tonight.
Only 1-yard gain there. 2nd down and 14. Torkelson throwing and behind Huber, incomplete. And now it's going to be 3rd down and long facing the Bobcats. As we continue with the Concord Career College starting lineups, these are the guys up front. Baker had 8 hurries in week 1. Ward probably going to be their top tackler on the year. On 3rd down and long, Torkelson throwing to the end zone. The pass is caught, but he's out of bounds. That is Jordan Brown. Nice acrobatic grab, but he didn't get the 1 foot down, so it'll be 4th down.
Well, I mentioned keep an eye on the outside. Jordan Brown at 6'3". Runs a nice comeback route to the corner of the end zone, and Torkelson puts this right on the money, but just a nice job defensively by Bryson Raymond to push him out of bounds to force the field goal attempt.
Wide receivers for Basehor-Linwood, a bunch of basketball guys, like 6'3", 6'4" guys, as we see Nate Parkinson going to try a 30-yard field goal. Huber to hold. This is well within his range. He's a very good kicker. And he drives it through, and it's 3-0 Bobcats. This guy was all-state last year as a kicker, 4 for 6 on field goals. And he connects on his first field goal of the year. It's a 30-yarder. And taking advantage of the early fumble by Lansing, they get 3 points out of it.
Well, certainly taking advantage of the early turnover deep in Lansing territory, putting a nice little drive together. You'd like to punch that in the end zone, but a nice defensive play negated that, able to settle for the field goal and put the 3 points up on the board here at home.
Last year's game, a low-scoring game between these teams. It was a rainy, wet night in Lansing. 14-13, Lansing won, and a missed PAT was the difference. But it was a grinder's game. Expecting a few more points tonight just because the weather is so good. It's Friday the 13th. You got a full moon. We're expecting some crazy things to happen.
Haven't seen any black cats yet, but the night is still young.
Yeah.
The night is still young. Sun is yet to set behind the visiting stands here. It's a gorgeous night for football.
Parkinson the run up, sends it down the field. And on the return for the Lansing squad. Was Richie Patrick. Richie, one of their speedsters. And he'll get it out to the 30, so it'll be decent field position, but your Lansing had to bounce back after that fumble in your own territory. Here comes the offense back out. Everybody has long hair on Lansing. I'm jealous because of my baldness, but it seemed like I was at practice the other day. I was like, Coach, all your guys with the long locks here. He said, yep, I wish I had them. I said, I'm with you, Coach. Running play for short yardage. Not much doing here. Is everything bunched in on this offense. Is making the stop is Brock Hofer, and they expect a lot of tackles from this guy, the strong side linebacker.
Well, Brock Hofer's getting a lot of looks at the second level, specifically at the Division II level, and a lot of MIAA teams. And he had 14 tackles a week ago. You'll see him all over the field here today as well.
Only a gain of 1, 2nd down and 9 for this Lansing team that was 5-4 last year. But they tied for the conference lead with DeSoto and Basehor-Linwood, but on points, they gave the championship to Basehor-Linwood as this running play by Derek Robinson II. They call him junior, 190-pound senior. Nice gain, leaves him 3rd and 5. He went for 149 last week, and you had the quarterback going for $155. So that was mainly their offense last week as they beat Blue Valley Southwest by 7 points.
Well, the whole goal in this style of offense is to use basically all 3 downs to get the first down. You're going to see some explosive plays as well out of it if the defense doesn't play discipline.
And the quarterback going to keep it off the right side, and good blocking on that right side by Weekus and Wells and Nuthaki, and he'll get the first down for the Lions.
But they're certainly happy moving the 3-4 yards at a shot. You're going to see it right here with Luke Schneider going right between the guard and the tackle. Offensive line does a nice job at opening up the hole for the first down.
Just across the 40-yard line. It's a little different alignment for Schneider, and his first pass of the game, looking down the field, and the pass is caught, and there's a flag down by Bryson Raymond making the catch, as penalty most likely on the Basehor-Linwood defender there. Is nice job by the receiver coming back and making the catch. Doug Simpson with the call, holding on the defense, decline, and a big play for the Lions as they move it into the plus territory, into Bobcat territory.
We talked that they want to grind this out on the ground, but they want to be opportunistic in the passing game, and right there, Luke Schneider putting that one up a little bit underthrown, able to draw the penalty but still complete the pass for good chunk yardage play.
27 yards to Raymond. Inside running play, not much doing as Bobcats all over that one. Aiden Ingram, the Mike linebacker, leading the charge along with Sam Hicks, the Bobcat linebacker. And only a yard gain, 2nd down and 9 facing Lansing.
Nice job defensively by Sam Hicks, staying home, reading his keys. You've got to play extremely disciplined, read your guards, which way they're going to take you to the football in this offense. Nice job on the counter of staying home and filling the hole.
Robinson in motion, takes the handoff, cuts it back inside the 30. And he's near the 27-yard line.
Again, got to stay disciplined. You're going to see the guard, Cal Reggie, pull around. But Aiden Ingram doing a nice job recognizing the play, fighting off the block for the tackle.
It's 3rd down and 5. Offense trying to convert on a 3rd down and medium distance here. Quarterback going to run this, and Schneider picking his way, going to be a couple yards shy of the first down. He got 3 yards, needed 5. So 4th down and a couple facing the Lions.
A slow developing play here as they're going to run the counter, pull the tight end all the way around. Really nowhere to go for Luke Schneider, and Basehor-Linwood did a nice job to force this 4th down try here.
They will go for it on 4th down and short. And before they snap it, they'll take a timeout. Lansing timeout for Dylan Brown, who played his high school ball for Steve Rampy at Blue Valley High School. Said Coach Driscoll was there, Scott Wright was there. So for some of his coaching mentors, went on to Kansas State. And it's the guy that if you go into his office, it's kind of interesting. He's not your normal football coach's office. You got autographed pictures from the cast of Doctor Who. You got a Doctor Strange poster on the wall. You got a Thor poster. I'm like, what's the deal here, Coach? He goes, I'm a comic book nerd. I love the comics. You know, you'll see me dressed up at Comic-Con one day, and the next day I'm back in my, coach's outfit at a coaching clinic. But, hey, man, my dad always said, let people be who they are, not who we want them to be. So
he certainly doesn't exude like the typical, stereotypical football coach when you think about it. He's an interesting coach. I enjoyed talking to him this week about his team. Talked a little bit about his time at Blue Valley as well during high school.
So now on 4th down and 2, they'll go for it, and Schneider is, ooh, that's going to be close. Luke Jennings came scraping down, number 33, the weak side linebacker, and got him, but did he get him in time? Let's see where the spot is.
I think he's going to be a little bit short.
They're going to have a measurement coming up here as Schneider gets his shoe back on.
His second effort on this play might have got it. He kind of landed on the defender and was able to lunge forward for the extra half yard, as you'll see here. Right here, that second effort, not quite down.
Jennings was holding on to his ankles. He says no, but it all comes down to this measurement on the field. Oh, wow, well short. And the Bobcats take over on downs.
He had to get just past the 20. This is a 22.5, 23-yard line. Comes up a yard short. Nice defensive stand by Basehor-Linwood.
Nice play by Jennings here, stopping him just shy.
Well, you mentioned the strength earlier of Luke Schneider, too, one of the strongest guys on the team. And Jennings does a nice job with the initial hit, but you saw the strength right there from Luke Schneider. The second effort just wasn't enough on that play.
So the pass offense back out there. Quick pass to the flat. And a nice play. Richie Patrick reading that nicely, as the receiver really had no shot there. As caught the ball, and he's got number 20 draped all over him here.
Well, Richie Patrick does a nice job of recognizing the quick little bubble to the outside and coming up aggressively and making the tackle.
A.J. Cooper is thrown for a 3-yard loss. Second down and long. Pass over the middle is low and targeting A.J. Cooper, incomplete. And again, that's the Richie Patrick, A.J. Cooper battle. It's a good one.
Well, one of the things Coach Dylan Brown brought up to me this week is that there's going to be a lot of pressure on these defensive backs to make plays against this offense. And Richie Patrick has made 2 in a row right there. Nice job of corralling the receiver with his offhand, getting that hand out there and swatting that ball away.
Well, 3rd down and long for the Bobcats. Torkelson rolling and buying time, finding his man for a first down catch. That's Ethan Huber on the home sideline. What a hookup from Torkelson to Huber.
Well, the patience right here of Chase Torkelson on this rollout. This is a long developing route as Huber ran the deep out route, just kept working, and Torkelson stayed with him just so he was able to break free from the defender and deliver that ball on the sideline. Nice throw and catch.
Huber had 6 for 72 and a touchdown in the loss last week. A rare running play for the Bobcats. And this is Sizemore, Zach Sizemore, a kid that in the preseason broke his thumb, so he's got his thumb all wrapped up there. And had gloves on top of that, but they say he's their best receiving back, so they're going to use him a lot because they like to throw the football. He got 3 yards in the play, 2nd down and 7. Little option look, and the quarterback Torkelson pays the price as he is hit hard there by Jacob McLean, the linebacker for Lansing. Now it's 3rd down and 6. Facing this Bobcat offense has a 30-yard field goal on the board by Parkinson. Low snap, Torkelson gets it, throws it, intercepted, going back the other way. Guess who? Richie Patrick making plays for Lansing. Takes it down near the 30-yard line, and the turnovers even at 1 apiece. Richie Patrick.
Well, I'm loving Richie Patrick right now, watching the way he's played here on this drive. Aggressive, coming up and making tackles on bubble screens, picking up receivers in the secondary and all over them, and just beats the receiver here to the football. Does a nice job of stepping in front of Ethan Huber for the big interception for Lansing.
And the wing T offense coming back out on the field. And they'll spot it right at the 30-yard line, plus territory. Let's see if Lansing can take advantage of the turnover like the Bobcats did earlier in the quarter. Inside handoff and running room for the Lions, as that is Reese Thomas. And he got a big chunk, about 9 yards on the first down run.
But one of the ways you try to stop this offense defensively is bring your linebackers on blitzes, and they bring Sam Hicks right here to try to disrupt this. Just so happened it was a perfect play call. Lansing ran that right into where the blitz was coming, found the hole for a nice first down yardage there.
Well, they officially gave him 7 as they spotted back to the 23-yard line. Reese Thomas also plays basketball. He had a touchdown in their Week 1 win over Southwest. And they'll go with Reese again. And Reese close to the 20-yard line and close to the first down marker.
You're seeing Basehor-Linwood really mug those linebackers up and try to bring them on run blitzes with all the pulling offensive linemen. They're trying to get some penetration or blow up those linemen so they can't get on their pull to the guy that they need to block, and they're doing a nice job so far.
Now 3rd down and less than a yard. Schneider on the quarterback sneak off the left side, and he'll have the necessary yardage for the first down. As they're in the red zone now. And let's take a look at the offensive line and their push here.
Well, in this style of offense, you're seeing the offensive linemen are really heavy on their hands in those three-point stances. And contrast that on the opposite side, you'll be able to see that all game long. They're really firing out in a run-blocking situation, able to get good push for the first down.
Go, Broad!
First and 10, Schneider going to throw the fade. Malik Benson hitting the deck, and a flag is down as Malik went down. And we got probably a pass interference coming up on Basehor-Linwood. And now another flag has been thrown after the play was over. And let's take another look here.
We're going to take a look at trying to get this ball to Malik Benson on the outside. He's got a hold of his jersey right there, and that's what brought the flag. I don't think this ball would have been completed anyway. Just that jersey tug.
So 2 penalties on the Bobcats. The hold for grabbing the jersey, and then the frustration after the call.
We'll see it again here. This little tug of the jersey right there is the holding call. And then this right here is the taunting penalty. You can't do that in high school. You can't even do that in college nowadays. That's going to get the flag every single time.
And that's their most experienced defensive back, Junior Tatum. Trying to shut down Malik Benson, and now it's 1st and goal from the 5-yard line for Lansing. As this is going to be Derek Robinson II busting into the end zone, and it's 6-3 Lansing on top of Basehor-Linwood, taking advantage of that Richie Patrick interception just inside the midfield stripe, and Lansing with new life here on the road as the touchdown run by Robinson. He's one of their slot guys or wing backs in this wing T offense. And now he'll take a knee and do the holding for Charlie Pressel on the point after touchdown. PAT's big in this matchup. Remember last year a missed PAT cost Basehor-Linwood. This is up and good. 7-3 Lansing.
Well, nice drive put together by Lansing, but the holding penalty and unsportsmanlike penalty for taunting really got him down on the goal line. Watch the job by Brock Brown, number 45 right here. You're going to see him come in at the end of the screen, really seal the edge, allowing Robinson to get around that right-hand side. Nice job by number 45, Brock Brown, the senior tight end.
His father, Larry, is the running backs coach, so he's going to be happy with his son, setting up a rushing touchdown for Lansing. As they lead it 7-3. Late stages of your first quarter. You're watching the Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week here on Spectrum Sports. Kevin Wyke and Mark Borichter on the call. Johnny Beck following the Jayhawks on the road tonight in Boston. Covering KU against Boston College. As there's the scoring drive, and penalties helped.
Well, this drive started with Richie Patrick on the interception. 3 big defensive plays from him on the previous drive. Getting the ball back for Lansing, and then Lansing taking advantage of it, taking advantage of the penalties for the touchdown.
Kick away. And the Bobcats on the return. And a nice return, as that is Hardy Bergman, who plays in the secondary. And he's got a good field position across the 30-yard line. There's Hardy, number 21, senior, free safety. And it'll be at the 32-yard line, 1st and 10 for Coach Stahlbaumer's team. Rod in his 6th year here, a couple of conference titles, one in the Kaw Valley and one in the UKC. Played 8-man football back in his high school days. Actually called some 8-man football on the radio. I think it's a pretty good game. It's pretty fast, wide open.
Wide open.
I kind of liked it. Rod was a quarterback and safety back in his 8-man days at Berne, Kansas. This running play going nowhere as the running back Curtis Ingham thrown down by Connor Baker of Lansing.
Connor Baker, the penetration into the backfield. Absolutely nowhere to go. Nice play by Connor Baker.
2nd down and 10. Ingham, transfer from the state of Illinois, so he's new to this program. Torkelson to throw, looking down the field, and the ball glancing off Younger's, and it falls into Younger's hands after it glanced off. Well, wait a minute now. I'm getting these guys. It's Ryan Otten making the catch. Younger had it dance off his hands, but the man on the spot is Otten for the catch and a long play for the Bobcats.
Well, Torkelson trying to get this ball to the outside of Younger. And Otten in the right place at the right time, occupying the inside seam, keeps it alive, and a big gain.
30 yards on a fortuitous bounce from Younger to Otten. As we take another look at this one, Otten is the wide receiver. He's kind of in the same area. I don't think you should have 2 receivers right in the same area, but it works for them. And it's a 30-yard gain.
Well, this ball was really supposed to be thrown further outside, but it worked out just fine for Basehor-Linwood.
Running play for Torkelson. And he'll get about 3 yards on the play. Still needs about 4 yards for the 1st down. Now they go on the fade, looking down the field, and the catch is made for a touchdown. Jordan Brown with a man draped all over him. Great concentration, great hands. And it's a 32-yard touchdown for the Bobcats.
Well, 3rd down and 5. Basehor-Linwood isolated Jordan Brown, 6'3". We talked about his size on the outside, one-on-one coverage. Worst case, you're throwing a jump ball out there to a 6'3" wide receiver, but that ball was thrown out there and Jordan Brown went and got it for the touchdown.
And it's the final play of the 1st quarter, but you have to kick the PAT, and then we'll go to the quarter break as Parkinson on to tack on the extra point. Right down the boulevard, right down Highway 7, and that's the end of the 1st quarter. 10-7, Basehor-Linwood leading Lansing as you're watching the Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week right here on Spectrum Sports. The Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week brought to you by Hy-Vee, proud to support Greater Kansas City High School athletics. We're in Basehor tonight as we go back to the final play of your 1st quarter, and this was a doozy. 32-yard pass to Jordan Brown.
So I mentioned one-on-one coverage on the outside, 6'3" versus the 5'10" Bryson Raymond. Just throw this ball up, but a nice job by Jordan Brown with the contact to go get this football for the initial 6 points, 7 with the PAT. A nice scoring drive by Basehor-Linwood. 2 big plays on that drive.
And this will be the start of the Second quarter, Malik Benson with the muff.
Watch out.
And here's the speed. This guy's a big-time track athlete. The kicker going to get him out of bounds, but not after he crosses the 50. And you see that all the time, Mark. You muff it, and guys get out of their lane assignments because they see the ball on the field and think, oh, man, I'm going to go get a fumble recovery. And he just went around the end. And this guy, this is an elite track athlete. This guy can run.
Well, he's a 10-6, 100-meter guy. From those of you who don't know, that's fast for a high schooler. And
he did that as a sophomore.
He did that as a sophomore last year and can absolutely fly. And this is only his first or second year actually playing football for Lansing. But as you mentioned, Kevin, you muffed the kick a little bit. Everybody kind of sucks in a little bit, and he was able to get to the outside there. And Lansing's got great field position to start this drive.
At the 45 of BL. NT offense. Here's Robinson with the touchdown run, and he gets a nice gain of 5 yards on first down. D-Rob with a 5-yard touchdown run back in the first quarter. As far the only points for Lansing. Defensive coordinator for Basehor-Linwood in his 14th year is Brian Lohafer, and this guy, a longtime Maryville, Missouri defensive coordinator, 30-plus years. And, of course, to the other side for Lansing, you got Jeff Gorley, the former Olathe South head coach, and he is the DC there. And so you got two veteran defensive coordinators matching wits tonight. This inside handoff is blown up, and the ball is loose and covered up by the Bobcats. Well, I tell you what, covering it up is the sophomore Dalton Harris, but I don't think Bryson Raymond had a chance here. As soon as he got the handoff, he got lit up here.
Well, I mentioned they're bringing a lot of pressure to try to create opportunities defensively to blow up plays just like that. Get in where those guards and tackles are pulling, disrupt what's going on in the backfield with the mesh points and know where to go. Big hit, and this ball came loose.
Wilcutt with the big hit, and the defensive end Harris covered it up. 2 turnovers now for Lansing. Bobcats take over at the 42-yard line, and now the quarterback going down in a heap, as that's Connor Baker with the Lansing sack.
Well, I love this after sudden change. You want to take a shot, and that's what Basehor-Linwood was trying to do. Trying to throw this ball down the field.
Loss of 8.
To A.J. Cooper and Jordan Brown, but Connor Baker had other ideas.
Second down and 18. Motion by Sizemore. They'll throw it and one hop it to A.J. Cooper, and you see coaches get a little jumpy on those passes. Make sure they're going forward because you don't want to have a lateral. But it was an incomplete pass to A.J. Cooper, now third down and 18.
Well, this one did go forward. But as you mentioned, Kevin, coaches get a little bit nervous at that gray area out there. You don't want to. A.J. Cooper gave up on it, and Lansing did in that case, but it was an incomplete pass.
Now going down the middle and has his man for a first down and more. A.J. Cooper inside the 30-yard line. Well, he is their best all-around wide receiver, according to the coaching staff, and a big play by A.J. Cooper.
Well, A.J. Cooper's coming from the slot and just going to slip behind Dylan Ward, the linebacker. Nice job by Chase Torkelson to find him in the soft spot of the 2-deep zone for the big game.
37 yards and a first down. Torkelson back to work, throwing near side. Has his man, as that is Jordan Brown, who got the touchdown catch. And this will get him a nice gain, about 6 yards. It'll be second down and 4. Jordan Brown also plays on the basketball team. Mike McBride is the basketball coach here. A couple of state titles for him. His son is on the football team. As a rare running play nets a first down, as that is Zach Sizemore, the young sophomore running back.
Well, taking advantage after another big play. Just running Sizemore, and you see his legs, and the strength in his legs, bouncing off defenders for another first down.
From the 12-yard line, first and 10. Torkelson fires near side. Jordan Brown with the catch and the cutback, and the ball is down at the 1-yard line. The ball came out. You saw Lansing go grab the football in the end zone, but the official said he's down at the 1-yard line. And it's going to be 1st and goal, Bobcats.
This is a nice play. They rolled a safety over top, so I have to run the little quick fade stop inside. Nice job by Brown, but you're going to watch this football start to come out as he was reaching for the end zone.
Running play and getting in is the quarterback, Torkelson, who's all fired up as the Bobcats get a quarterback rushing touchdown and go up 16-7 at home.
That ball is close to coming out. That's really close. When you start looking at this, his elbow is down, but the ball is coming out right before that hand comes down. You know, the official that called it down was shielded by the bodies there. Couldn't see the football. It was really, really close.
Here's Parkinson with the extra point try. And he's 3 for 3, and it's now 17-7, Basehor-Linwood. Let's go back to the touchdown.
Just running an easy zone read to the outside. Nice read by Torkelson to not give that. A little bit of a quarterback follow-up inside for the 1-yard plunge. So far in this game, we've had 3 scoring drives off of turnovers. How they come into play. You look at this one, 7 plays, 58 yards. Remember, this came off of the fumble on the blown-up running play in the backfield of Lansing. 2 big passing plays and a 1-yard plunge. And Basehor-Linwood's up 17-7.
10 points off the 2 turnovers, and there's Torkelson. A little wink for the camera. This is a guy that's really had to battle for a starting job. He lost the starting job to Dylan Mussett last year, and then he had to battle a bunch of underclassmen to get the job this year. So this is a guy that's really earned this right to be quarterback, but it wasn't easy. Never seems like winning the quarterback job is easy at any high school. Everybody wants to be the quarterback, so you always have to battle a bunch of guys.
And Dylan Mussett, you know, went to complete 2,300 yards of passing last year with 21 touchdowns. So big shoes for him to fill, and he's doing a nice job so far this year.
There's Malik Benson across the 20, and then he's gang tackle there. So now if you're Lansing, better hold on to the football. Trying to string together a nice long drive here. Get back in this ball game in the second quarter.
Well, the 2 turnovers have really been drive killers for them, and this is, if you're Basehor-Linwood, this game's playing out exactly like you want it to. You want to play from in front against a wing tee or an option style of offense. They want to grind it out on the ground. You can continue to shorten the game and play from in front like Basehor-Linwood is here, up 17-7, but those 2 touchdowns have come off of turnovers.
Officially spot the football at the 24-yard line, 1st and 10 for Schneider and the Lansing offense. And the quarterback is going down. Tackle for a loss credited to Josh Wilcutt. And we talk about this guy, he's so quick, but an all-conference player, and this guy, they're expected a lot out of number 57 in green.
Well, he's quick up front on the nose and going against an option style of defense. You know, sometimes as a nose tackle, you want your bigger, wider body guy in there, but he's very agile and can be disruptive, and you saw it there on that play.
3-4 defense. And the key guy, number 57, the man in the middle. Is Schneider going to throw on 2nd down and long? Maybe. And he is hit and pulled down by his face mask as 2 flags, maybe 3 flags down as the pass goes incomplete. Schneider may have lost some of his long locks there. As might have grabbed did the old Palomalu there play there.
This was definitely a face mask to start, but it almost looked like he got a horse collar tackle as well in there.
Grabbed him by the back of his shoulder pads. Well, they're saying face mask on Basehor-Linwood.
Face mask on the Bobcats.
Nowhere to go with the football for Luke Schneider. You see right there the grab of the face mask, pretty obvious.
Mason Capper, the defensive end. Still not a 1st down. It moves the ball out to the 29-yard line.
Well, that's one of the things in high school football A lot of those fouls like that, a holding penalty behind the line of scrimmage or a face mask, it's not an automatic first down. It's just 15 yards from the spot of the foul.
There's D-Rob off the left side. Derek Robinson about a yard shy of the first down. Ball came out. It'll stay with Lansing. Lansing has 2 turnovers. And Basehor-Linwood has 1.
Watch for the quarterback plunge here, but they're going to go from the shotgun look.
2 wingbacks align edge of the offensive lineman, and they block. And Schneider, bouncing off tackles, has the first down. And this is a team that wants to keep the ball away from the other team, Lansing.
Well, I think Brock Hofer would like to have this one back on the outside. He's unblocked right here.
Oof. Yep.
And Luke Schneider just sticks his foot in the ground and gets up inside him. Hofer was there to make the play, but credit Luke Schneider with a little bit of a juke to get that extra yardage for the first down.
First and 10. Not much doing here for Reese Thomas.
Josh Wilcott is absolutely eating up right now the Lansing offensive line inside with his agility. You see him right there getting the penetration from the nose guard, doing a really nice job of reading that play from his nose guard position.
6 foot, 205-pound senior. First team All United Kansas Conference. Josh Wilcott had 45 total tackles last year. And this is a lob down the field and targeting Benson. And he makes the catch, falling out of bounds. What a play by Malik Benson of Lansing. First down, Lions. That was a over-the-shoulder special here.
Well, you'd think with 10-6 you'd want to throw this ball down the field, but Malik Benson does a nice job of staying with this. That's a tough catch.
And he was way out of bounds. His first foot hits chalk here.
I think his first foot was in and the second one down. He still had that first foot in bounds, but that's a heck of a catch and concentration on the outside by Malik Benson.
First down catch, and here's Robinson, and Hofer doesn't miss this time. He makes the play, the outside backer for Basehor-Linwood.
Well, guess who makes this play again? Josh Wilcott. Penetration inside was the one that held him up just for a second and allowed Brock Hofer to finish off the tackle. But you see him right there, Wilcott getting the penetration inside, and then Hofer from his linebacker position making the final tackle.
The senior Wilcott having a big game on the defensive line for Basehor-Linwood. Gave up 49 last week in a road loss to Tonganoxie, so they were frustrated coming into practice this week, as this is Reese Thomas trying to cut it back over the middle, and back to the line of scrimmage is all he'll get. And it's going to be third down coming up here. The linebackers stop him. Ingram and Hicks collaborate on the stop. Ingram's the young sophomore. A lot of underclassmen on this Bobcat defense. Third down and 12.
Well, if you're Basehor-Linwood, this is the situation you want to be in, third and long against the wing T style of offense.
And Schneider going down the field and incomplete, as this time he was looking for Derek Robinson II and just overshot him. It'll be fourth down.
Well, just overshot him on the throw. He was open for a second, but Hardy Bergman did a nice job from his free safety position of gaining ground while that ball was in the air, playing over top. Now forcing Lansing to punt.
And once again, they have 2 punters. They have a left-footed punter and a right-footed punter. Tricky. You don't know who's going to get it here. Look at this. Who's going to get the punt? The left-footed punter this time. And he'll send it down the field. And that is Cameron Ernzen. And return is out across the 20-yard line. Junior Tatum on the short punt return. And now the Bobcats get it back, leading by 10. And just over 5 to play before Hy-Vee at the half. Numbers and highlights brought to you by your employee-owned Hy-Vee stores. Torkelson has a rushing touchdown and a passing touchdown tonight. And he and the offense back out.
This is going to be an interesting possession. This is an important one for Lansing defensively right here to get a stop.
And they'll keep it on the ground with the transfer from Illinois, Ingham. And he's the banger. Sizemore's kind of the multi-dimensional back. 5'9", 195-pound senior. Came in from the state of Illinois, and they like his running between the hashes style. And then they like Sizemore with his receiving ability, so they'll use both those running backs. As Torkelson throwing, and this is not the receiving back, this is Ingham, and he can't hang on. And it's going to be third down. Still about 7 yards to go as Ingham will check out of the game.
Well, Lansing brought the blitz on the outside with Caden Crawford. Left Curtis Ingham wide open on the outside, just unable to corral that ball, or he's still running.
Setting up a screen pass, and this is the receiving back. This is Sizemore, and he's pulled down just shy of the first down. As making the stop is Dylan Ward, the middle linebacker, and the wrestling star from Lansing. Got third in state in wrestling. So it'll be fourth down facing the Bobcats and the punting unit coming out.
Well, if you're Basehor-Linwood here, I wouldn't punt this ball away until there's 1 second left on the play clock. Let as much time tick off the clock as you can get.
And the junior Carter Tickles is your punter, and we'll get a timeout, Lansing. And that's the second of the first half by Coach Brown. Good to be at Keister Field tonight. Last time I was here was for the Coaches Association All-Star Game practices, and the concession and bathrooms and entryway was under construction, and they did a nice job with that as you come into these stadium here. Next week, big rivalry game, Liberty North at Liberty. That is going to be the 5th meeting. Liberty leads the series 3-1, but Liberty North won last year, so that should be an exciting game next Friday the 20th as the Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week heads up north. Here's Tickles, the big tall punter, and sends a high punt. Fair catch called for and taken in by Benson inside the 40 at the 37-yard line.
Well, nice job by Lansing's defense. I mentioned that was a big drive and a big possession right there with about 5 minutes to go. Getting a stop and getting the ball back and giving yourself an opportunity here with your offense wanting to put the ball on the ground to try to get some points here before the end of the first half. Remember, Basehor-Linwood won the coin toss, deferred to the second half, so they're going to get the football to start the second half. So this is a big drive right here offensively for Lansing to try to get something going.
Well, they got plenty of time with this offense. A lone score, a 5-yard touchdown run by Derek Robinson II. As they took advantage of a Richie Patrick interception.
Right.
And Wilcott is, I'll tell you what, he's putting his stamp all over this game. Tackle for a loss by Josh Wilcott.
Well, have yourself a game, Josh Wilcott, in the first half. Only penetration again, beating the offensive lineman to the inside. And another big play by Wilcott.
Let's see what they want to do to try to stop 57. The loss of 5, second down and 15. Schneider floating it down the field, looking for Benson. Oh, off his left hand, incomplete.
Well, this is the shot I think you need to take, and they got to keep taking a couple more of these. I'll have the call on second down to go ahead and throw it to your speedster on the outside. Again, it's only his first or second year of playing football. Not able to adjust. We saw his great catch the possession before, unable to adjust right there and haul that in. That ball was thrown really well by Luke Schneider.
And the quarterback under duress again as Wilcutt was right in his face, so maybe just needed a split second longer. They might have completed that pass. Now 3rd down and 15 for the Lions. Play action, rolling and throwing, and incomplete. Diving attempt there, just shy of the 50-yard line by Reese Thomas, and he can't haul it in.
Another nice throw by Luke Schneider. Waited for Reese Thomas coming all the way across the field on the crossing route, and this ball's right on the money. I know it's a little bit low, but this ball needs to be, it's definitely catchable in that situation right there, and that would have been close for a first down, but now Lansing's got to punt the ball away with not a lot of time that's gone off the clock with 2 incomplete passes. So Basehor-Linwood's going to have some time here to try to get some points before the half.
Ernson and Patrick, this will be the left-footed punter again. Ernson sends it down the field, got a nice roll, but it went out of bounds before it started that big roll, and the official walking up the sidelines to the 40-yard line. So it's only a 27-yard punt and good field position now for the Bobcat offense. You don't want to give this offense too many more cracks as you go with that quick 3 and out. Coach Stahlbaumer checking the wristband for some passing plays, I'd imagine here, Mark.
Well, I think they're going to stick within their core of their offense here, but you're going to see them take a couple shots down the field. Try to use a little bit of time and gain some field position as well.
Torkelson throwing down the field, and Brown hitting the deck. Let's see if there's a flag down. Nope. As the coverage by Raymond as the two got tangled up near the Lansing sideline.
Again, try to take advantage of the size on the outside of Jordan Brown. This is good defensive back play right here. Got that arm bar in there, but looking back for the football, and that ball was about 7 yards past Jordan Brown. So good no call by the official in that situation. A great defense by Bryson Raymond on the outside.
That's how you coach him. Low snap. Chase rolling, throwing against his body, and completing the pass. And this is Huber cutting it back. Ethan Huber inside the 25, down near the 21-yard line. Big play for the Bobcats.
Well, great job by Ethan Huber, and an even better job by Chase Torkelson, waiting for Huber. You're going to see him kind of get lost inside in the slot position, running that out route, clearing the coverage, and then watch the missed tackle right here in the cutback by Huber to pick up extra yardage after the catch.
39 yards for Ethan Huber, just outside the red zone. Little draw action, and running play goes for a short pickup by Zach Sizemore, and it's his right thumb that is bandaged. You see him, they said he broke his thumb in preseason practices, but he's got it wrapped up and he is giving it a go, and got 3 yards on that rushing play. It'll be 2nd down and 7 as the Bobcats trying to score before halftime. Pass down the field. Guess who? This is the guy that scored the touchdown earlier, Jordan Brown. I'll tell you what, he was sniffing the end zone on this one, but came up just short. It'll be 1st and goal for the Bobcats as he falls down near the 1-yard line. He's officially spotted at the 2 where his body hit. So it'll be 1st and goal for Basehor-Linwood. We saw a rushing play by the quarterback. We're going to see another one. And Torkelson has his 2nd rushing touchdown of the night. And the Bobcats looking good here at home.
Well, they are looking good here at home and taking advantage of the stop by their defense. A big play by Ethan Huber in the passing game. The quick slant to Jordan Brown sets him up for this 1-yard quarterback counter down on the goal line. And Basehor-Linwood putting a stamp on this game here in the first half. Remember, they are going to get the ball back to start the second half, so that was a big drive offensively for Basehor-Linwood.
Nate Parkinson, 3 for 3 on PATs. And I jinxed him. Well, actually, he was going to be 3 for 3, but he missed that one. He's got a field goal make of 30 yards, but this one no good by Nate. So we'll stay at 23-7, favoring Basehor-Linwood. Just over a minute and a half to play before Hy-Vee at the half. And you take a look at the scoring drive, the short punt, and the 60-yard drive. And Torkelson, we talked about all his passing, has 2 rushing touchdowns tonight to go along with a touchdown pass.
He's had a nice first half here. The 1 interception coming across the middle of the field that Richie Patrick just made a great play on from his free safety position, but that last touchdown drive aided by the big passing play to Ethan Huber with the yards after the catch as well. But Chase Torkelson is dialed in here tonight.
Look at that skyline in the background there. Beautiful night here in Leavenworth County. We're at Basehor, Kansas. Basehor-Linwood High School, Keister Field. It's the track star, Benson, the cutback. Remember, this guy got 5th place in the 100, got 3rd place in the long jump. This is a elite track athlete, probably going to get a track scholarship before it's all said and done from Lansing High School. It's now Schneider in the offense. The one thing you don't want if you're a slow-paced running team is you get too far down and then hard to come back.
This game has been all Basehor-Linwood in terms of how you would want to script it if you're head coach Ralph Stahlbaumer, from the perspective that you're playing ahead up 23-7 here at the end of the first half and forcing Lansing into situations they don't want to be in offensively.
Raymond in a pistol formation behind the quarterback. Quick pass. Benson the catch. Turns it up the field, and he has it out to the 40-yard line. And it's a first down on a gain of 11 to the passing play to Malik Benson.
Nice job by Junior Tatum on the outside there for Basehor-Linwood, too, pushing Malik Benson just out of bounds, because if he doesn't, he's going to the house with his speed. But a nice pitch and catch right there from Luke Schneider to Malik Benson to move the chains.
Benson looks like their most targeted receiver. He's got legitimate 4.5 speed. As the pass down the sidelines looking for Malik, and he makes the catch and then stumbles down. Now let's see what the call is here. A flag. Is there a flag down? Yeah, a flag came in late, and let's see what the call is here.
Well, I think the official on the Lansing sideline got caught up in some traffic and knocked down, which is why the flag came in as late as it did.
Pass interference on the defense, and it'll be a first down for the Lansing Lions. Let's take another look here. Is Junior Tatum and Malik Benson really going at it here? Well, yeah, I don't think it was a catch because he never had control of it when he put his foot down, but the penalty gives him the first down yardage. What a battle those guys are having there. Junior Tatum, the most experienced DB, taking on Malik Benson in that legitimate 4.5 speed. Quarterback hit as he throws, and the pass nearly intercepted by Hofer as they were targeting the tight end Brown.
Well, nice job by Luke Schneider just to get this ball away, because Luke Jennings is bearing down on him.
Got his
strength
jersey there.
The strength to get this out.
Nice play by Hofer to knock that ball free.
It was a nice play by Hofer as well, but nice job by Luke Schneider just to get that ball out. You saw the strength right there in his legs, the ability to pivot and get that football away to avoid the sack.
There's a flag on the play and had offsetting penalties. Why do I have a feeling this is Junior Tatum and Malik Benson still getting their rivalry going on the other side of the field? That's why we didn't see it.
Little extracurricular activities going on after the play. But good job by the officials on both sides right there to, call the offsetting penalty and try to calm these guys down. We mentioned this is a rivalry, right? Right up the road in K7 is Lansing from Basehor-Linwood High School. Conference game for both of these guys.
2nd down and 10 after the incomplete pass. Schneider to Benson, and Junior Tatum runs him out at the 38-yard line. Gain of 7. Let's go back to the, this is what the penalty call in the last play, the offsetting penalty.
Oh, yeah, right there's the penalty right in front of the official. You're going to get caught every single time with that, and then there's a push after the play.
Well, they said Drew French has a mean streak, and we just saw it in full effect there on Sam Hicks, the linebacker. I don't know. I think it was a one-way penalty there. I don't know that Hicks responded. But I can understand his anger there. 3rd down and 3, and Schneider calls his own number and acquires the 1st down. That's a big 3rd down conversion for Lansing.
It's a big 3rd down conversion here with just about a minute to go in the first half. Lansing having some success on the outside to Malik Benson as well. Taking advantage of off coverage.
Got one timeout in your back pocket, and then the quarterback smartly running out of bounds. Schneider, after a gain of a couple, to save the timeout. Still, you got plenty of time if you're Lansing, and now we get Basehor-Linwood taking a defensive timeout.
Well, I like this timeout for Basehor-Linwood right here. Defensively, try to regroup a little bit. You're back on your heels. Lansing has been moving the ball in this drive. I mentioned they've been taking advantage on the outside. They were trying to hit Malik Benson on the post right there, but what they've been doing is, if there's off coverage, just throwing him that quick 5 to 7 yard out on the outside. If it's press coverage, they're throwing it down on a fade route to him. But right there, they were trying to get him on the post. Nowhere to go, but Luke Schneider able to pick up some positive yardage still.
The Lansing fans making the trip over. It's a short trip down Highway 7. In red, and just a perfect night for football. Temperatures in the low 70s, dipping down into the 60s. I brought a jacket tonight.
It was a little warm to start this game with the sun going down right in our face for a little bit, but it's a gorgeous night. I mean, you can't ask for a better night here in September for high school football in Kansas.
After the Bobcat timeout, 2nd down and long for Lansing. Schneider throwing wide, as that was Reese Thomas, the targeted wide receiver, but that one he didn't have much of a chance on, as that one was not close. And now 3rd down and 9 facing Lansing, trailing 23-7, under a minute to go here in your second quarter, and he had to get rid of this one before he wanted to, I think.
He had to get rid of it quick because they brought a blitz from their middle linebacker and their Bobcat linebacker up inside. We talked about that earlier this game. Here they come again.
And he'll release it quick and high over the head of Reese Thomas. Incomplete, as the coverage by A.J. Quisenberry.
This ball just thrown a little bit high and outside. Trying to hit Reese Thomas on the quick out with the pressure coming up inside. Just unable to complete it, bringing up this 4th down.
Still throw into the middle of the field because you have that timeout left, as Schneider throwing down the field, looking for Benson, over his head, incomplete. Adam Peterson with the coverage, the strong safety, and the ball goes over on downs to Basehor-Linwood with 41 seconds to go before halftime.
This is really the only place Luke Schneider could go with this ball, trying to get it to Benson down the sideline. But I love the fact that he let this ball go and try to make a play here with 4th down and 10. You can't take a sack there and run a go ahead and take a shot at the end zone. So I like the aggressiveness by Luke Schneider.
Well, 2 timeouts left for the Bobcats, and they'll run it. And this is Ingham running for nearly 10 yards, and they say it is enough for a 1st down. So move the chains for Basehor-Linwood as Curtis Ingham acquires the 1st down.
Basehor-Linwood still has 2 timeouts in their pocket, depending on how aggressive they want to be. Lansing safeties were 30 yards deep on that last play.
Yeah, they look like they want some more points before halftime. Is Curtis able to take it up to midfield? Gain of 5 yards for the senior. Not much rushing as far as week one in that loss at Tonganoxie.
Basehor-Linwood's going to go ahead and rest on their performance in the first half and take it to halftime.
They'll run out the clock. I thought they might give it a go, a Hail Mary attempt, but instead they'll say we're up 23-7 at home, feeling good about ourselves, and we will go to the locker room leading 23-7 on the Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week. As we've got United Kansas Conference football for you here on Spectrum Sports. Coming back with Hy-Vee at the half. You're watching Spectrum Sports. And tonight's game brought to you by Concord Career College. You can start your healthcare career in months, not years. To find out more, visit concord.edu. Friday the 13th, full moon. 23-7 halftime lead for Basehor-Linwood over Lansing in week 2 of Kansas high school football. And time now to get to the Hy-Vee first half highlights, and turnovers big in this ball game.
Well, turnovers were huge, and here's the first one right here by Lansing that led to points and the field goal for Basehor-Linwood. And then the Richie Patrick interception, led to Lansing's first touchdown on this plunge right here to make it 7-3. And it really started off sloppy with those first half turnovers. And then a little luck for Basehor-Linwood on the deep ball. Right place at the right time for Ryan Auten. And that set up this touchdown from Chase Torkelson to Jordan Brown, taking advantage of his size on the outside. The next drive, Basehor-Linwood, Torkelson with the 1-yard plunge. And really it's been all Basehor-Linwood's offense here in the first half.
23-7, Basehor-Linwood leading Lansing in this United Kansas Conference matchup as part of our Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week here on Spectrum Sports. The Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week brought to you by Hy-Vee, proud to support Greater Kansas City High School athletics. Tonight we're in Basehor for a week 2 Kansas high school football game. Great crowd, good ball game, especially for the home team. Basehor-Linwood leading 23-7 at halftime. And their defense has been sparked by the guy in the middle on the defensive line, number 57, Josh Wilcutt.
Well, Josh Wilcutt has had a heck of a game here to start, and we talked earlier about his quickness inside. He's an undersized nose guard, but able to get a lot of penetration into the backfield and blow up plays. He has been all over the place in the first half, and he's been aided a little bit. You see some pressure coming from the linebackers as well, but taking advantage of Wilcutt's quickness up front, he's been making plays all night long.
A couple of turnovers have hurt Lansing, and Basehor-Linwood's had 1 turnover. But this second half should be interesting. Basehor-Linwood's going to have the football and really can put a nail in the coffin, at least one of them, if they can go down and get some more points. But Lansing, they're going to need to come out and come up with a 3-and-out. Next week, it's a big ball game in Liberty. Liberty North versus the Liberty Blue Jays. And that's a big rivalry. That's also a conference game. That's a Suburban Red Conference game. It's a city rivalry game. Liberty North and Liberty, only 5 meetings. Liberty North's not that old as a school. And Liberty leads the series 3-1. But the big story was Liberty North won a close game last year. And Liberty North, the Eagles, off to a good start. They are 2-0 this year under Coach Jones, Greg Jones, and then Liberty 1-1 on the year. So that should be a lot of fun in Liberty. Hopefully they got the bridge fixed there. They're doing
It's
a lot
open now. It's back
Oh,
open.
okay,
It's
good,
back
good,
open a
good.
couple
When I was
weeks
up
ago.
there about a month ago, yuck.
I believe they opened it 2 weeks ago.
All right. A little less road construction in Kansas City, as
Especially with Liberty High School being right off the interstate
right there.
Right there.
That was my point. As Lansing coming back out in the field, and they need a 3-and-out. I think this is going to be key to start the third quarter. Their defense is going to have to come up big if they want to get back in this ball game.
Well, this is the most important drive of the game for the Lansing defense coming up here to start this second half. They've got to get a stop and get the ball back, sustain a drive, and try to get some points. Their only touchdown tonight has come off the Richie Patrick interception where they had a short field. They have yet to sustain a drive starting in their own territory and coming away with any kind of points whatsoever tonight because the Basehor-Linwood defense has been tremendous.
Well, it's alumni night here in Basehor. A lot of people out and about watching the ball game. That's the Lansing side, but they had the tennis team acknowledged at halftime with Coach Ryan Kazmaier. And this guy they rely so much on, Luke Schneider, running the football, having a pretty good night thus far for the Lions.
Well, he is having a good night. They've talked about him wanting to be an opportunistic thrower. Dylan Brown has, and he was early on because they were able to dictate the situations when he threw. He's made some plays with his arm and got some help from his receivers on the outside, but they really want to give him a steady diet of being able to run the football. But again, you got to give credit to Basehor-Linwood's defense so far, getting penetration in the backfield. Not a lot of space for Luke Schneider so far tonight to run the ball. Look for him to establish the run early on here in the second half.
Actually, Derek Robinson II has the 5-yard touchdown run, the lone points on the night for the Lions. And their defense is going to be called on early here to start play in the third quarter. Team's getting loose for the start of the second half. We're at Keister Field. Boy, they have a nice setup here. Mark, you've been to a lot more stadiums probably than I have, but what do you think? What do you think of the setup here?
I like the setup. We've got some renovations that have happened out back. It's a nice looking school and great facilities and a nice place to watch a ball game.
There you see the press box where we're broadcasting from. You got the flag in the background. The fire department setting up the flag. And weather's perfect. And this guy, he's had a very good first half. Now, he threw that one interception, but still a lot of yardage and a couple of rushing touchdowns as well.
Well, Chase Torgelson's had a great first half. He did have the one interception. It was just a great play, as we mentioned before, from Richie Patrick, beating the receiver to the spot of the football. But I've been impressed with his patience, especially when rolling outside the pocket, allowing his guys to get open in coverage. And then 2 easy runs on plunges. Just a quarterback keep to the right-hand side, and then they ran a quarterback counter for the second touchdown. As you're going to see right here, pulling the guard and tackle, just following him in. Those were easy. Those were his 2 scores on the ground tonight.
Getting the ball all ready for the third quarter. The old, the brush, the ball brush there. Getting the quarterbacks, in their football, they want the, saw Tom Brady's situation there, but when I heard that story, I was like, all quarterbacks do that. They adjust those balls and get them perfect for. I'm not going to go out there and try to throw a basketball down the field.
It's like kickers back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
The kicker used to have the oldest football out there. It was like a balloon that they were kicking.
Yeah. Put them in the dryer. Get them all soft and nice. But there's your MVP of the game tonight, Josh Wilcott. Boy, this guy's had a big night for Basehor-Linwood on the defensive line.
They're working on his legs, and they've had a lot of action tonight, using his leverage and quickness to disrupt the backfield of the Lansing Lions.
Kicking off will be Liam Zell for Lansing.
Basehor-Linwood will receive to start the second half.
Bergman and Huber, the deep men for Basehor-Linwood. This will be Hardy Bergman. Fielded it about the 3-yard line, and Hardy get it just across the 10-yard line, and so they'll be backed up. And if you're Lansing, that's what you want, but you need to stop this offense, get the football back.
Well, anytime you let the ball roll in the turf like that, it's going to take some bounces. Hardy Bergman would have been better off to let that go into the end zone for a touchback, but didn't. I don't think he realized he had a little bit more time to go ahead and let that roll into the end zone. Now Basehor-Linwood starting deep in their own territory in this first drive.
5 receivers set. Now Sizemore takes a handoff as he goes in motion in front of the quarterback, and a nice gain as he'll take it out to the 17-yard line. Gain about 5 for Zach Sizemore.
Basehor-Linwood's made a little bit more of a concerted effort this game to get their running game going. Only had a yard of rushing a week ago against Tonganoxie.
Quick pass near side. Jordan Brown, nice cut. First down, and then ripped down by his jersey. As making the stop was Dylan Ward, the middle linebacker, but it is a first down at the 28-yard line. The Bobcats with some tempo. And now looking down the field, ball deflected and almost intercepted as Malik Benson almost got a nice rebound interception there as A.J. Cooper couldn't hold on for the Bobcats.
This is really the first mistake that Chase Torkelson's made all night, just overthrowing A.J. Cooper here. He had him open. That ball was dangerously close to being intercepted.
Second down and 10. Quarterback read option, quarterback keeping it. Torkelson showing off some wheels close to the first down. Well, he's got a couple of rushing touchdowns, but look at the burst on this run by number 9.
Well, nice job identifying this on the run. The defensive end crashes down, taking this to the outside, and sticking his foot in the ground and getting upfield and able to pick up the first down. Nice hustle right there and speed by Chase Torkelson. Understanding the situation, the need to get upfield quick, was able to do that.
Sizemore, little crease. Sizemore to the 45-yard line for a quick 8-yard gain.
Just a quick inside little run to Sizemore. Nice job of the offensive line opening up the hole. And they'll take 2nd and 4 all day long. That 6-yard gain.
Low snap, but it finds his man. And down the field is Connor Younger. And it's a big play and moved the chains for the Bobcats as Younger made a nice adjustment on this catch.
Well, he makes a nice adjustment, a little bit of confusion on the outside. Younger was able to skirt wide open down the sideline.
32 yards for number 32. And the Bobcats on the move. Here's Connor Younger. Above his shoelaces making the catch. Not much gain on this one. Connor Younger, a basketball player. Nice play by Richie Patrick.
Richie Patrick's had a really nice game for Lansing's defense. He's been all over the field from his free safety position. Nice job of reading that, closing on the ball fast.
Torkelson goes middle as A.J. Cooper breaking a tackle. And finally wrestled down by Crawford, the linebacker for Lansing. But it's going to be a 1st and goal setup for the Bobcats. On their first drive of the 3rd quarter, they are driving down the field, and now some frustrations. And a flag is down after the play.
Well, Torkelson recognizes the two deep safety look and sneaks A.J. Cooper right in that soft spot behind the middle linebacker in between the safeties again.
It's a 17-yard completion. Now we got to hash out the penalty as you saw the guys getting in each other's faces and doing some talking. Let's see, unsportsmanlike conduct. And no call. So it goes on both sides. So it'll be a 1st and goal inside the 10.
We're starting to see this rivalry, Kevin, get a little bit chippy here, especially with the score 23-7. I know we're just starting the second half, but we've seen a couple of these after the play penalties by both teams.
And inside running play for Sizemore. And Sizemore, good looking back, the sophomore. Said that he's more of the receiving back, but he shows some good balance and quickness. And if you can catch the ball and you're a running back, I'm telling you, you're going to get some time in this offense.
You certainly are. And you mentioned before he broke his thumb early in the preseason camp, and now getting some more action here this week.
How about the hat trick for the quarterback, Torkelson? His 3rd rushing touchdown. Chase having a big night, and well, we warned you, if Basehor-Linwood took the 3rd quarter kick and drove it down the field, things might get ugly, and it is getting ugly. Parkinson on for the PAT. He missed his last one. A big-time kicker, received all kinds of honors, all-state, all-conference, and he drives it through. And it's now 30-7, Basehor-Linwood.
Well, similar play on the first touchdown run that Torkelson ran. Little zone keeper with the quarterback, reads it nicely. Defensive end gets sucked inside and able to plunge it in for a touchdown. But I think I love about that drive for Basehor-Linwood, they want to be 60-40 in the pass. Did a nice job with the running game and the passing game. Got chunk yardage in the passing game, but established the run early in that drive and it was able to be successful.
Well, they had to go a long way, but they drove it down the field, 88 yards, 3-yard touchdown run by Torkelson, and that's his 3rd of the night to go along with a passing touchdown. So there's the passing numbers. And, of course, last week he threw it for 283. He's at 266 right now. But the rushing touchdowns, the big thing, as Parkinson sending it down the field. Here's Benson from the 16-yard line. A slow jog and waiting for some blocks. And he gets hit hard around the 23-yard line. And he is a little slow to get up here.
Yeah, he went down awkwardly as he got hit. Really got bent back. We've also got a penalty flag, it looked like, down on the play. Right at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, I see the flag down. That's the concern right now for Malik. Flag is on Lansing.
We're going to watch Malik Benson here trying to find the hole. Right here he gets hit. He gets bent backwards, that ankle underneath the pile. But he's up and walking to the sideline. It's a good sign. That never feels comfortable when you get that foot caught underneath and get bent back, as he did there.
Fans give him a nice round of applause. Good sportsmanship as he leaves the field in frustration. And with the penalty yardage, they will be backed up to the 14-yard line. 1st and 10 for Luke Schneider and the wing T offense. Bryson Raymond is the running back in the pistol formation, and he is running into a green wall. Nothing doing on that rushing play. Guess who's leading the charge? Number 57, Wilcutt. They cannot block him. And they say he's just a very quick, 6 foot, 205-pound senior, but didn't hear a lot of college talk, but I think colleges will find a spot for you.
Well, I could see him translating to an NAIA level defensive end, a little undersized, but very, very quick. They're not going to stick him over the nose
right
at the next level, but the ability for him to move his feet and be as quick as he is, he could get some opportunities.
And he saw some shifting on the defensive line for the Bobcats, and Dylan Brown will take the Lansing timeout. When a guy like that's making plays, colleges will find a spot for you. You've seen done college football at all levels, and some good football played at the NAIA level.
There's some tremendous football. I played at the NAIA level at Hastings College
there in Nebraska, yeah.
And yeah, there's tremendous football. There's a really good team, number 2 or 3 team in the country, Benedictine Ravens, right up the road from here as well. So in Atchison.
Yep.
But he's the type of kid, I think, at his size, you could put him out on the defensive end position, put a little bit more weight on him in his frame. He's definitely got the frame to carry some more weight and not lose his quickness. But I've been extremely impressed with him all night long.
2nd down and 10. Here's D-Rob. And D-Rob going down, and we got a flag down as well after a short run, as Hofer able to make the stop and might have grabbed him by the face mask. Let's see what the call is here. Yep, face mask penalty will move it up for Lansing. Thought his head kind of went backwards a bit. And Lansing.
Let's see if Lansing can take advantage of this 15-yard face mask penalty or free first down because of the yardage. Gives you a little bit of breathing room in your own territory here. Let's see if they can take advantage of it.
Move it across the 30-yard line, 1st and 10. Jacob McLean in the backfield. And this is a nice running play. This is Reese Thomas. And as a defender, you can see how confusing sometimes this offense with guys running left and right, and number 6 able to get a nice gain as he got 9 yards on this first down run.
Well, so far throughout the course of this game, Basehor-Linwood bringing the pressure with their linebackers have been able to disrupt this offense. But you saw right there what can happen if you get caught in that blitz a little bit and the timing of the offense and getting that ball to the outside, you can pick up some really good gains in positive yardage and some chunk type of plays. They've just been unable to do that so far this game.
2nd down and short. Quick pitch, short side of the field, and running room is there. And this is Bryson Raymond. And he runs for the first down as just the right side opened up there and takes it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. And
I want you to watch Reese Thomas on the outside here in big number 76. Garrett Weekus do a nice job sealing the edge for Bryson Raymond to get around for the first down. Nice job on the perimeter right there, sealing that edge by the offensive line.
Line of scrimmage is the 48 officially. And this is Thomas, maybe for a yard, not much doing there. As Wilcutt in on another stop. He's got to have, double figures tackles tonight. Jennings also involved in the stop. If you're thinking to yourself, what is the United Kansas Conference? I've never heard of that. It's only a couple years old, so if you're thinking, well, I've never heard of this league. Well, this is only his 2nd year. DeSoto, Shawnee Heights, Lansing, Basehor-Linwood, Leavenworth, and Turner. So this is a new league that's come about, and we're going to see a Wilcutt sack as he takes the quarterback down for a loss. Schneider going backwards And Wilcutt continues to just damage this Lansing offense with this play.
Well, he's going to get a break now.
Wow, he's probably saying, "Don't take me out. I'm hot, coach."
He's also going to need an ice bath after this game because he's going to be beat up from all the plays he's making, but he's been hot all night long. Again, just his quickness in the penetration all night long into the backfield, disrupting this option offense.
Now 3rd down and 11. Here's Robinson. Nice little cut back there as tackled on the play. Nice play there. That is Drake Courtney. Drake Courtney, one of the backup defensive linemen, still leaving them 4th down and 6 after the gain of 5. Now you're down by 23 here. Late part of the 3rd quarter, so they're going to go for it here. We didn't see the left and right punters come out. And this is Raymond around the corner, not going to get there. Had some running room initially, but Adam Peterson there to shut down the play. The strong safety and the fastest guy on their team with legitimate 4.5 speed, and his quickness showed there.
Well, Derek Robinson for Lansing did a great job on the perimeter, sealing that edge, and that they looked like they were going to pick up the first down.
I thought he was going to get it.
Adam Peterson came flying from his safety position up in the pursuit to make that play because Derek Robinson did a tremendous job offensively of sealing that edge.
Yeah, I thought it was good to go, as this is Ingham with a nice 1st down run across the 45 and near the 47-yard line. Yeah, when that initially got going there, I thought he's got the edge, he's got the 1st down, and number 8 in green said, "I don't think so." Ball over to Basehor-Linwood as they take over here with a 23-point lead in the 3rd quarter. 2nd down and 4. Torkelson, the handoff. This is Ethan Huber. Now their wide receivers will run the ball, and it looks like he's got the 1st down. Huber is a junior. Now he is the Z receiver, but they will give these guys some totes.
Well, they would like to run some misdirection like you saw right there with their slot receivers, bring them in motion.
Yeah, he came out of the right slot. Quarterback read option. And spun down there by Connor Baker. And also Jacob McLean there as well, as they grabbed him by the jersey and the pads popped out. Nice gain of 5 yards on this 1st down run.
This is a nice job by Connor Baker getting a hold of jersey here, but with the spin move,
you flung him forward.
Moving him forward 3 yards.
This is a pass, and just behind the target there, Trevor McBride. McBride, the son of Mike McBride, who's the boys' basketball coach, just couldn't make the catch, but this throw was definitely behind him here.
Torkelson's trying to get this ball right in the hole right there to McBride, and just a little bit behind him, just misfired. McBride unable to come up with it.
Of course, Trevor plays basketball for his father as well, as this pass, off the hands. Now that one's going to go on the wide receiver, as that hit the hands of Trevor McBride. I think you'd ask him, he would say he probably should have caught that one.
Yeah, missed opportunity there by McBride on that play, just unable to come up with it.
Sophomore Trevor McBride, and it'll be 4th down. Punting time. Carter Tickles, 6'4" punter. This is a tall drink of water for the punter. Lansing gonna let this one roll. And just inside the 15-yard line for Tickles. So it'll be at the 13-yard line, 1st and 10 for Lansing, down 30-7. Lansing won this game last year on a rainy, wet night, 14-13. And I'm sure Coach Stahlbaumer let him know about that. I caught the end of his speech at practice on Tuesday. He wasn't the happiest of campers, but his guys have responded tonight and trying to get the home opener win and even their record at 1-1 and go 1-0 in conference play.
Well, Lansing starting deep in their own territory on yet another drive. They've been in their own territory most of the night.
Malik Benson is out there. That's a good sign for them. He's probably their most dangerous player as the play is thrown for a loss. A.J. Quisenberry will get the TFL as Raymond had no shot as the cornerback making a nice play for the Bobcats.
Nice job from his corner position coming up and forcing that play. You mentioned the tackle for loss. Had 9 tackles a week ago against Tonganoxie, but nice job of forcing there from the cornerback, A.J. Quisenberry.
Loss of 5, second down and 15.
There you go.
Schneider rolling, throwing back over the middle, and has his man. A nice catch by Reese Thomas, getting him out of a big hole out to the 39-yard line. It'll be a 30-yard gain from Schneider to Thomas.
Well, Kevin, this is the exact same play that they misfired on where Reese Thomas was unable to come up with the ball in the first half. The deep drag route over the middle. Schneider does a nice job of letting him work himself into open space and then delivering the football. And I think more importantly, you just mentioned it, giving yourself some big breathing room, a big chunk yardage play, moving this ball out to the 39-yard line.
Good pass by Schneider. Put a nice touch on that one. And a 30-yard completion, and he's going to go at it again, going for Malik Benson. And Malik trying that over-the-shoulder catch. No go there, but good to see him back out there after we saw him get bent backwards on that kick return. And he's a little worried because of his body language when he got to the sidelines. When guys are real frustrated and upset, you think that could be a serious injury, but he's back out there giving it a go. And
well, they've had success with this throw tonight so far. And
trying to test Junior Tatum there.
Malik Benson just unable to track that ball down.
He'll definitely be a little sore tomorrow, even at his young age. As this is D-Rob off the left side, and maybe a yard gain as the ground game not doing too much. Sam Hicks, the Bobcat linebacker, makes a nice stop. There's Malik.
Here's the thing that's happened all night. If Josh Wilcott's not making the play, Sam Hicks or Brock Kofer or Aiden Ingram or Luke Jennings, the linebackers, are. They've done a tremendous job up front of either getting penetration or keeping those linemen off the second level so those linebackers can get in and make the plays. It's been a great defensive effort for Basehor-Linwood all night.
Third down and long for Schneider on the roll. Wilcott all over him, makes him throw it away. That'll be a quarterback hurry for Josh. Just adding to his defensive stat sheet tonight.
Just a relentless motor. Was initially blocked on this play but stayed with it. And Luke Schneider does a nice job of buying some extra time here and trying to find somewhere to go with this ball. Had a receiver in the area, but really just threw this ball away where nobody else could get it. It was a nice job and awareness by Luke Schneider there as well. Throw this ball when nobody else can get it. You still have a receiver in the area, so you're not getting the intentional grounding call.
And here is the Ernson Patrick left-footed, right-footed punter situation. This will be Richie Patrick, the right-footed punter. And this one's a line drive, end-over-end punt. Return will get to near the 35-yard line. Player is still down. That is a Junior Tatum, the defensive back, and he's cramping up a bit, it looks like.
Yeah, that's definitely the look of the hamstring or the calf cramping up. And you're getting that stretch from your teammates that fast.
Basehor-Linwood offense back out, trying to ice win number 1 in the 2019 campaign. after a tough loss to a local rival, Tonganoxie, last week. I saw that score. I was a little shocked. Here's Sizemore, the catch on the near sideline. And get a gain up to the 40-yard line. But if you talk to the coaches here at Basehor-Linwood, they just said, hey, man, we're an inexperienced team. This isn't the senior-laden team we've had over the years. We got some young guys that are going to have to step up. And there's no Chase Friesen, who's now at Kansas State. Dylan Mussett, quarterback from last year, is gone. Dylan Donnelly, their top wide receiver and top rusher, Marlon McDaniel, all gone. So they're relying on some younger guys, and they're relying on this guy right here, Chase Torkelson, and it looks like he's delivering tonight. But next week, another Leavenworth County game as they're at Leavenworth. So that'll be another UKC game. 3rd down and 3 for the Bobcats.
They're not going to snap it here. They're going to go to the 4th quarter, it looks like.
Yep. They've got the big lead. They're in charge. The Mean Green looking good at home. Basehor-Linwood leads it 30-7 as we go to the 4th quarter as you're watching the Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week right here on Spectrum Sports. Some clouds moving over the full moon tonight as we run down your Hy-Vee scoring by quarters, and Basehor-Linwood, a balanced scoring night and taking advantage of a couple of Lansing turnovers, leads it 30-7 as we get ready for the start of the 4th quarter. Bobcats will be facing a 3rd down and 3. Love the small town press boxes where you can hear the defensive coordinator screaming at the top of his lungs for his defenders to get after the quarterback. That is Jeff Gorley as the quarterback going down, and a big loss as McLean was in the backfield there. Jacob McLean, the linebacker, and the quarterback said, uh-oh, I'm going to try to lose him. I'm going to lose the ball, and then I'm just going to say, let's punt it.
Had nowhere to go with the ball. No time for Torkelson there. First time really Lansing has gotten a ton of pressure right in the face of Torkelson to start, and Jacob McLean did a nice job right there with that pressure. Big loss. Now try to play a little bit of field position here if you're Lansing.
Carter Tickles has had a good night punting the ball. That's a lot of height on his punts. I'm going to let this one hit. Doesn't get as much roll as he'd like, as it's just inside the 40-yard line. This will be still a 37-yard punt. No return, and the offense back out for Dylan Brown and Lansing as we just got underway with the 4th quarter. Now this offense is not really a catch-up offense, and that's what you worry about when you have a team with a wing tee or run-based offense. You're like, oh, now we got to throw it. We got to get out of our personality. But this guy throws the ball pretty well, especially on the move. Luke Schneider.
I think at this point with your offense, too, you don't want to open it up too much. You're down 30-7.
Now the quarterback going down. It was Capper. Kind of swiped at him there. And then the linebacker Hicks finished him off. And I think we'll give a half sack to Capper and a half to Hicks and go on to 2nd down here.
So Mason Capper coming off the edge.
And he came roaring by there.
First initial contact.
Drake Courtney there as well. And it's a loss of 5 yards. 2nd down and 15. Schneider passing to the sideline. Diving catch is made. Reese Thomas with the catch just shy of the 40-yard line.
Well, Luke Schneider completing that quick out on the outside. They've had some success with that, just taking what the defense gives you, the quick 5 to 7 yard out. Able to connect that time with Reese Thomas.
Leaves them 3rd down and 9. Schneider's pass. Malik Benson, the catch. And
Look
there's
out.
the speed. Look out, Malik Benson. He'll take it to the house. And this is a guy that got fifth in the 100, and you see it. I bet he's probably about 90%, maybe 80% after he got pulled down and kind of injured there in the third quarter. But you see the burst, and Malik Benson will take it to the house on a 61-yard touchdown. And that gives the Lions fans something to cheer about here in the fourth quarter. And good to see him back healthy. And the speed.
But once he got to the outside, if you don't make that tackle, he's going to make you pay. And we saw it right there. You mentioned he's probably 80-90%. Still got a little bit of a limp from getting bent back on that kickoff return. But good to see him back out and making a play for the Lansing Lions.
Hey, go get after it. Let's go, dude.
Charlie Pressel, extra point try. Up and good.
Well, I mentioned before, just a simple out route to 5-7 yards. Take what they're giving you defensively, and then right here, Basehor-Linwood just doesn't get him corralled on the sideline. And watch out, you can't let a guy that's got 10, 600-meter speed, any kind of space on the sideline. They've got to try to make this player push him out. The angle by the safety, Adam Peterson, wasn't going to get him, and he's the fastest defender for Basehor-Linwood. You saw right there the speed of Malik Benson outrunning the fastest defender, and Adam Peterson for Basehor-Linwood right here.
Looked like he took a bit of a bad angle, but yeah, that was speed against speed, and Malik won it.
But a nice scoring drive, 3 plays, 68 yards. Malik Benson, 4 catches for 99 yards tonight and a touchdown. They've gone to him a lot on the outside trying to get him the football, but you saw what he can do when he's got the ball in his hands. You've got to corral him and take proper angles, and there's no substitute for speed.
That's the old line in football. Yes, this will be a short kick fielded by an up man. And not much running room. After catching the football is Trenton Barr, one of their backup defensive backs with good hands on the kick return team. And that'll give him the football at the 30-yard line, as we're just under 10 minutes to play in regulation. And the lead is down to 16. Now it's 2 scores, and 2 PATs, as far as two-point conversions. So you don't want to rest on your laurels here. Let's see how this offense comes out for Basehor-Linwood as they scrimmage at their own 30-yard line, 1st and 10. Ingham is in the backfield as Torkelson going to throw, setting up a screen to Ingham. And McLean, a nice open field stop. And now McLean is still down after the tackle, after the short pass play to the running back, Ingham, as he is cramping up.
Well, I'd like to see Torkelson get this ball to Ingham just a little bit quicker while he's got the defender outflanked. This ball needs to come out right now, but splitting hairs a little bit on that. Still a nice pickup.
Nice pass to the sideline and a first down catch near midfield. That is Ethan Huber, little junior wideout, showing some nifty open field moves. And he'll get it out to the 48-yard line.
Love the play call. Move the pocket to the opposite side on the rollout. Huber does a nice job of getting a few yards after the catch.
Down the sidelines, and McBride got a hand on it but couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
It was a heck of an effort by McBride to go up and try to catch this ball at the highest point, just unable to come up with it. Had about a step on his defender. This is a good, well-thrown ball. Just can't get his body quite turned enough to come up with the catch.
2nd down and 10. Ingham. Flag is down as he's taken down by McLean, the linebacker.
Going to have a hold. That flag coming from the umpire.
John Dehan is your umpire tonight, working with the Doug Simpson crew here. Second down and long, and now the snaps low, and now Torkelson missed it on the go-by, and Lansing has covered it up. How about that? Now hold on. Cameron Ernzen, the left-footed punter, playing some D here, and quarterback can't get this one. And number 14 does for Lansing, and well, now it's ball game.
It's a worm burner.
Still in the balance here.
Worm burner of a snap coming back, never got off the ground, and Torkelson tried to fall on it and just scored it out, and now Lansing's got an opportunity here offensively that they haven't had really all night.
Ball at the 23, 1st and 10. Schneider, the pump. Now finds some running room. And down the sidelines, cuts it back at the 5, diving to the end zone, in for the touchdown. 23-yard touchdown run by Schneider as the right side opened up. And the 190-pound senior quarterback takes it into the end zone. And hold on, folks. This ball game is not over.
Tommy!
As the lead is at 10 here with 8.5 to go. They're going to go for the 1 point after touchdown. As Pressold drives through the extra point. So it's now 30-21. 9-point lead, but he said this quarterback can run the football, and Schneider's showing off the wheels here.
Well, he showed off his wheels, and then when you get him going downhill like this, he's a load, and nobody really wanted to come up and make a hit on him. Able to take advantage, and we've got a ball game. Kind of surprised. I'm really surprised that Lansing didn't go for 2 on this, because now you've got a 9-point game. You're still going to have to score twice. If you go for 2 and are successful with it, you're only down to scoring a 2-point conversion. So
still a lot of time left. It's a lot of hair, too.
But again, points off of turnovers, again, have kind of been the story of this game. Basehor-Linwood started this game off with a field goal off a fumble. Lansing scored their first touchdown off of an interception.
That turnover is even at 2 apiece. Do they do onside kicking action here? Yes, they do. And this ball in the air, bouncing around.
Still loose.
Basehor-Linwood finally got it at the end of the 30-yard line. Talk about a hot potato. And coming up with it was Hardy Bergman, one of their return guys. And this is some Keystone Cops here.
This is a textbook onside kick with what you want to have happen. And watch this ball. It's still loose.
Reese Thomas got a piece of that ball. Number 6, you saw him flying in there, and then Hardy Bergman comes away with it. That's crazyville.
So watch the textbook hop. And you mentioned Reese Thomas had an opportunity, and right here Lansing has it, but this ball still squirts out.
And the "Here we go Bobcats" chant going strong on the home side as Torkelson in the offense scrimmage, 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. Still a lot of time left in the ball game as they run it. And this is Sizemore, and he is taken down by Drew French, the defensive lineman, also the offensive lineman, after a gain of about 3 or 4 yards. 2nd down, let's call it 7.
Lansing making some substitutions on the defensive line for a few quicker individuals here in a passing situation.
More pep in the step of the guys in red and black out there now as they have got back in this ball game. Short side option, and not much doing. A lot of pads popping on the Basehor-Linwood sidelines. Let's go back and hear the physicality of this Leavenworth County rivalry game.
Well, Zach Sizemore's back and a little bit healthier than he was with that broken thumb. Had a lot more action tonight in terms of carries, catching the ball out of backfield, but lowering the shoulder. A good old-fashioned football game is broken out here in Basehor.
Well, talk about a big down and distance. 3rd down and 3 for the Bobcats. What do the Lions do defensively? Quarterback read option, and he's not going to get there, and Lansing going to get the ball back here. As Crawford and Ward, the linebackers, collaborate on the stop. 4th down, punting time for the Bobcats. Still just over 7 and some change left in the ball game.
Well, Lansing's defense feeding off of their turnover the previous possession and the offensive touchdown. Renewed energy and mighty momentum is back on Lansing's side.
4th down and 2. Tickles into punt. He's done a good job tonight. Really gets some height on his punts. And this one is touched by a Basehor-Linwood player just shy of the 30-yard line. So good field position now for Lansing, down by 9. 6.5 to play in regulation. And once again, see the energy level has increased on the Lansing sideline. Malik Benson, right at the bottom of your screen, is the dangerous wide receiver for this Lansing squad.
Officials timeout here to
tying a shoe there. One of the players' equipment situation. Well, this is the guy that made the big play, the 61-yard pass. Saw earlier in this half. They're looking that way to Malik. He makes the catch and breaks a tackle, and then Peterson escorts him to the chalk. It's still a good gain on a 1st down pass for the Lions, as they'll get about 8 yards.
It's not broke. Don't fix it, right? Go back to the quick out to the outside. This time, Malik Benson able to shake a tackle, but that puts him over 100 yards receiving on the evening.
And a touchdown to boot. And Schneider throwing to the outside and incomplete, as Reese Thomas could not hang on.
Keep an eye on this now. A lot of quick outs have come. Again, I told you, they're taking what the defense is giving you, soft coverage on the outside. Just saying it'll connect here, but watch it. You watch this Lansing team's going to take a shot on an out and up or a deep ball here coming up, trying to lull those corners to sleep or get them to be over aggressive coming up on those quick outs.
Third down and short. Schneider going to run for it, and I don't think he got it. Some good second effort there, but I still think he's going to be a bit. No, they say it is a 1st down. I beg your pardon. Move the chain, so the second effort by number 12 worked out. I think he lost his shoe. Yeah, there he got his shoe back on. Now he's back out there ready to go.
Well, Josh Wilcutt made another play defensively, but the strength and second effort of Luke Schneider to fall forward and get the 1st down and pull out of that tackle keeps the chains in this drive alive.
Luke throwing back over the middle, and too long for Derek Robinson. Hardy Bergman in coverage and nearly got an interception here as this pass sailed long on Schneider.
Well, I think Schneider would like to have this one back. Does a nice job of moving here and sees Derek Robinson open, but just overthrows him. Would have easily had 1st down yardage, and he may have gone to the house because he had some room to run in the secondary.
2nd down and 10. Instant pressure on the quarterback. Throwing to the Lansing sideline. Targeting Reese Thomas again. Incomplete. And now it's going to be 3rd down and 10. And Schneider had a lot of green jerseys right in his face there as he started to roll to the right.
Mason Capper was on him in a hurry from his defensive end position. I mean, you're in a position you're going to go for this on 4th down, so you don't need to take a whole shot at 10 yards here. If you get 6, 7, 8 yards, you're going to have an opportunity on 4th down still.
Blitz is coming. Wilcott on him. Completing it to Benson, but he's tackled immediately. As a nice tackle there by A.J. Quisenberry, but it was the pressure by Wilcott up the middle here.
This is a great throw by Luke Schneider here. The poise with the rush bearing down on him to throw an absolute strike kind of across his body here as Malik Benson was coming into his field of vision on 3rd down. Avoid the sack, but more importantly, get that ball to Benson and make this 4th and 7 as opposed to 4th and 10. That was a huge completion and a great job by Luke Schneider staying poised under pressure and delivering a strike.
4th and 7 could be the ball game. Schneider hit as he throws down the field, and it's caught. Oh my, what a catch by D-Rob. And now let's see, the officials are huddling here, and they say it's at the 39-yard line. Derek Robinson with a catch on 4th down and 7, and move the chains.
Well, this one isn't pretty from Luke Schneider, but he knows he's got to make a play on 4th down. Throw it up. Derek Robinson coming out of nowhere to make the catch.
Door still open. Pass to the sideline incomplete for Benson. 2nd down and 10. Quisenberry had the coverage. Let's go back to the Derek Robinson, the second catch here.
As I mentioned, Schneider knows he's got to make a play. It's 4th down. Go ahead and throw it up. Robinson does a nice job of staying with it for the catch and the 1st down to extend this drive and continue to give Lansing a shot here.
You got this, quick!
Schneider flushed. Now we'll cut it up, breaks a tackle, still going, just shy of the 1st down. As Hofer made the stop, but I think he got the worst end of that as Schneider kind of ran into him and ran in, kind of knocked the linebacker off of him here. This was a heavy body collision here by 12 and 3.
Well, Luke Schneider's a load when he gets going downhill. He's not afraid. He's not a quarterback that's going to run away from contact. He's looking for contact. And as you mentioned, Brock Hofer took the brunt of it right there. That was a big-time collision. And a big play by Luke Schneider.
Brock Hofer, 195-pound senior, 2nd-team All-League last year. Definite college prospect, and got a little brother on the team, Ty, a little taller, defensive end. But now the trainer's out looking at him as Lansing gets a little extra time to talk their offense with their head coach, Dylan Brown. As still, again, I mentioned it, a lot of time left in this ball game.
You know, there is time left in this, at just under 4 minutes to play, but the opportunity to go for 2 points and not, potentially get the 2 points here makes this a 1-possession game in this case, but right now it's still a 2-possession game, so Lansing still has to keep their foot on the pedal and a sense of urgency here. We saw what can happen on the onside kick. They got a great bounce, great execution, so they know that weapon's there, but you hate to see this from Brock Hofer, having to get helped off the field.
Obviously can't put any weight on that left foot or ankle. But we're not doctors, so wish him all the best. Fans gave him a nice round of applause. And Lansing will be facing 3rd down and still saying a couple of yards.
if you're Lansing here, like I said, you got to have a sense of urgency, but every play is available to you in your playbook. It's 3rd and short. You know you're going for it on 4th down here.
Well, the chain gang says 3rd down. Scoreboard says 1st and 10, and a running play by Schneider. Looked like Schneider had gotten the 1st down, and then Hofer got injured, and they say 1st down Lions, as it'll be at the 23-yard line. We'll hurry up action by the wing T offense. Low pass. And the signal is a catch. As that is Reese Thomas.
Not a fancy play, nothing special, but it's moving the
5
football,
yards up the
continuing
field,
forward,
yeah.
taking little chunks here. Continue to move it if you're Lansing.
2nd down and 5. Schneider goes middle, has his man. That's D-Rob for the touchdown. Derek Robinson's second touchdown of the night. Has a rushing touchdown, now a receiving touchdown, as it goes for 18 yards. And like I said, the door is still cracked open for the Lions.
They're going to go ahead and kick the extra point here, make this a 2-point game, so a field goal would win it if they were able to get the onside kick.
And Bressel knocking it through, and it is a 2-point game. After at one point you thought the ball game was over, it was 30-7 in the 3rd quarter. Torkelson had just run it in, and these Lions will not give up on the road. They're down by 2. Here's the big pass on 4th down to, guess who? D-Rob. And that was 4th down and 7. He keeps the drive alive. And then it's D-Rob again with the touchdown catch.
Nice job by Lansing, keeping the play alive. And I'll give all the credit in the world to Luke Schneider. The 3rd down play, he was about ready to be sacked for about a 12 to 15-yard loss, delivered a strike to Malik Benson, and then on 4th down, knowing he's got to try to make a play, throws it up to Derek Robinson, who makes the catch. And here we go again with the onside kick.
There's the passing night for the running quarterback, and here's the onside kick, and it's Mason Capper, a defensive end, showing some good hands there. Like a shortstop snagging a hot shot on the ground. This is a textbook here.
People don't realize how difficult this is, knowing you got guys bearing down on you and trying to make this play, but does a nice job of keeping his body in front of it, securing it, and then hitting the ground right away.
Just under 3 minutes to go in regulation, protecting a 2-point lead, and a penalty won't help.
Got movement up front by Basehor-Linwood.
First and 15 now for the Bobcats. Back to the 43-yard line. Torkelson feeling pressure, rolling and throwing, and finding his man on the far side. Nice play there by Ethan Huber.
Great play call. Knowing you're going to get pressure, move the pocket, spin your quarterback out on the boot to the left-hand side where you can hit the out route. It was a tremendous play call in that situation right there. Keep your quarterback out of harm's way with the pressure. Get him rolling, move the pocket, deliver the pass to bring up 2nd and 5.
And it forces Lansing to take one of their 3 timeouts. They still have, I beg your pardon, they just have 1 left, so they've burned 2. So that does force a use of the timeout, and gets about 10 yards on the play, leaving them 2nd down and 5.
Well, because he stayed in bounds, they were forced to take the timeout right there. It's a good call to take this timeout. You got to conserve as much time as you possibly can, especially with 2nd and 5. Hope you get a stop and make it 3rd down. Then you call your second timeout and hope you obviously make them make a decision whether they go for it on 4th or punt it away to you. So this is the play right here. This is a big-time play.
Low snap again. Torkelson finding a man wide open down the sidelines. And it's going to be Sizemore out of the backfield. And a big play for the Bobcats. As they'll go, how does this guy get so wide open?
Well, Sizemore sneaks out of the backfield. They brought pressure off that edge. This is another great call. They ran this play earlier in the game where Sizemore slid out against pressure that direction. Nobody there to cover Sizemore. And Torkelson with the poise here after the snap doesn't get off the ground to know where his running back's going to be, know the pressure was coming, and to hit him for the big play.
27 yards on the pass to the running back, Sizemore.
Basehor's going to let this go all the way down. They're going to run the play clock down here and take some time and take a timeout after the big play. Talk this over.
They had Torkelson lined up at wide receiver there. They looked like they were going to go Wildcat there.
I don't know. I think he was walking to the sideline knowing that they were going to call the timeout in that situation. It looked like for a second he was going to line up at wide receiver, but I like this timeout here. Calm your guys down after the big play. Just over 2 minutes to go. Know that you got to get a first down here in this game. Most likely is going to be over because you're going to force Lansing to call a timeout if you're unable to score here. You know, you got to go through all these situations, calm your guys down, talk to your offense, tell them, hey, we got to protect the football here. Both hands on the ball. You know, Lansing's going to be trying to rip it out. We cannot afford to have a turnover here. And then more importantly, let's get the snap up. We've had too many problems with that, and that's allowed Lansing to get back into this game.
From the 21, 1st and 10. Quarterback keeping on the read option, some running room. Nice gain inside the 15-yard line by Chase Torkelson, who has 3 rushing touchdowns on the game tonight. Got 8 yards on this one, and he's got some pretty good speed, really.
He does. When he gets north and south, he's got some underrated speed as well. He's just not as big as Schneider on the other side of the ball. Different style of runner, but nice job of keeping the ball on the ground, keep the clock moving here if you're Basehor-Linwood.
Sizemore, he has the first down. Showing some good patience, allowing the blocks to be applied. And it's going to be 1st and goal for Basehor-Linwood as they try to wind out this clock and hold on to a United Kansas Conference win in week 2 and even their record at 1-1.
Well, they can
timeout Lansing. That'll be it on their timeouts.
Basehor-Linwood can just kneel on this football, and this game's over right here. I don't know if you want to take an unnecessary risk of trying to punch this in, other than the fact, Kevin, this is a rivalry game. It's a conference game. You want to try to put a stake in the heart of the Lansing defense, or just go ahead and kneel on it. With the snap issues you've had, I would go ahead and just kneel on this ball right here and take your 2-point win.
Well, you called it, Mark. Victory formation time for the Bobcats, as Torkelson will take a couple of knees, and it'll be 1-1 for both these teams, but it'll be 1-0 in the conference for Basehor-Linwood and 0-1 for Lansing in the conference. And the home crowd, a lot of people here tonight around the area. Basehor enjoying this W.
See a few of the crowd big sighs of relief and deep breaths after
the
excitement we had here in the fourth
30-7,
quarter.
you thought this is a walk in the park, and then a couple of bad snaps. And you can't cover one of those bad snaps, and big play to Malik Benson and hold the phone. But they're going to wind this one out. Torkelson's acting like, I don't need to snap this anymore. I've got a W at home in the home opener for 2019 as he goes for 4 touchdowns, 3 rushing and 1 passing. Josh Wilcutt makes 1,000,000 tackles, and Basehor-Linwood beats their rivals from Lansing by the final score of 30-28. And we're back with the Hy-Vee post-game wrap-up. You're watching the Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week right here on Spectrum Sports. Hy-Vee scoring by quarters, and Lansing a late comeback, but it comes up 2 points short. Turned out to be a typical Leavenworth County rivalry game, conference game, and game isn't over until there's zeros on the board, and that's what we saw tonight.
No, we did, and this game really was all Basehor-Linwood for 3.5 quarters. And Lansing came back and made a few plays off some turnovers, a big 4th down conversion. But Basehor-Linwood just made more plays tonight, was able to overcome their own turnovers throughout the course of this game to get the 2-point win. And I just wanted to look at Josh Wilcutt, the nose guard for Basehor-Linwood, had a tremendous game defensively, extremely impressed. A big win for them in this rivalry game, Kevin, as you mentioned, coming off their loss last week to Tonganoxie to rebound here tonight with a 2-point victory against Lansing.
Special thanks to the school's ADs, Ross Schwiezo of Basehor-Linwood, Gary Mattingly of Lansing. Thanks to the coaches, Rod Stahlbomber of Basehor-Linwood and Dylan Brown of Lansing. Our producer, Joe Novacek, for Mark Borichter and our entire Spectrum Sports broadcasting crew. Kevin White saying so long from Keister Field. Our final once again, 30-28. The Bobcats defeat the Lions. Good night from Basehor, Kansas.